kind of a brisk day here. Wind definitely going here up in Knoxville. Wherever you are right now in the world, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching on any of the platforms, Facebook, and is that all the meds that I have in the morning? I only have 4 pills in the morning. Oh, that's because I changed them to 4 at night, 4 in the morning. That's why. If you're watching on Facebook, any of my buddies watching on Facebook, I apologize that I'm not receiving comments on Facebook. But YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and the Haps app. I noticed that my face is thinner. I was actually watching some older videos of mine, and I had a big face. I mean, unless it's the angle, but I don't know. I mean, I do have a big face, because I'm just a big man anyways. But yeah, so it is Saturday, the middle of the weekend. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. It's business as usual for me. I'm in the middle of my work week. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What else? I kind of woke up an hour ago, so I'm not really, nothing to report, really. Actually, I'm not even sure if anybody's going to be awake at this time of day, or at least to come on and hang out with me on a weekend. But I thought I'd give it a shot, get on here and say hi. Curiosity more than anything else. I'm awake. Hello. How are you? Wow, that just says from last to first. That's what that says. That's not it's not what it says, but it's what I can read from it, from last to first. How are you? Just call you last. Gotcha. Well, good morning. What part of the world are you hailing from? Thank you very much for tuning in. Are you a new buddy? Are you someone joining us in Kentucky, my dude, yourself? I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, so just a little bit south of y'all. If you are new to the broadcast, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Always like to make new friends. Sorry, I'm fidgety this morning. Haven't had my coffee yet. I mean, I'm enjoying my coffee right now, I should say. Getting my coffee in this morning. That's a more appropriate way to say it. So give me the energy for the day. Yeah, I usually broadcast around this time. Um, it's been a little bit since I came back on here, but for the past week or so, I've been trying to get on every other day at the very least. And I also do a broadcast, or we're starting to do a broadcast Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we hope to turn it into a podcast. Sleep in my eyes. And there's a lot of people that put some production, some professionalism to their to their broadcast, like having the proper setup and being ready for the day and having a plan and being groomed and all that stuff. Not me, man. I'm just like grab my phone, hit play, and I'm on. So if I look a little rough, I apologize. But at least I got a good. At least I got a good. Or try to have a good mindset on here. Anybody watching on Facebook right now? If you try to comment and I don't receive your comments, my apologies. Um, you can also get on the broadcast on YouTube or on Twitch or Twitter Live. Although I'm not sure if Twitter Live, um, if I'm connecting with folks on Twitter Live. I know that I've enabled it on Haps. You can download the Haps app if you so wish. There's a bunch of hoops you got to jump through on Haps, though, I think, in order to get that connected. You can even view this on your browser. You can go to, I think it's Haps, excuse me, haps.co. haps.co/3231. Honestly, I prefer a person streaming raw per se versus a full-blown studio setup, Yeah. I mean, I would love to have this a studio setup. That's why Ben, my friend, is setting up his he's got a little office in the back of his garage that we're going to turn into uh, our location for our podcast. Um, it's it's not pretty, but I that's kind of I'm in the same line as what you're saying. Having it raw rather than you know not too polished. Put it that way, not too polished. Um, yeah, there was a point about 4 years ago where uh, I wanted to. We had a shed. My girlfriend and I had a shed in our backyard at the house that we had, and I was converting the shed into a studio. Half the studio was going to be, well, half the studio was all of the garden equipment and all the lawn equipment and stuff like that, like a normal, you know, house shed, tool shed kind of a thing. And then half of the place, because it was a very large area and we didn't really use the shed too much, half of that space it had a air conditioner and stuff. It was going to be used as a workshop. The previous owner used it as a workshop, so uh, I wanted to convert that into a little podcast studio. Uh, does your future podcast have a general theme, or is it just all around news of the week themed show? Um, so, uh, as far as a general theme is concerned, it's more of a literal theme than like a genre sort of a thing. Um, the foundation for my broadcasts are the things that I believe in: truth and passion and positivity, that sort of thing. So uh, I want to put something positive on the internet. I'll just put it that way. There's so much negative stuff, so much, so much worry and promoting, violence and promoting war and promoting certain agendas and like just a general negativity of what comes on the internet, what people are exposed to on a daily basis. And I just wanted to provide a haven. I wanted to provide a safe space, a retreat from all that stuff. And I just wanted to, so like, rather than getting political or rather than the religion and politics and all this heavy stuff getting dumped on people's shoulders on a daily basis, I wanted to provide a place where you could just come in and chill out and be with friends. So that's pretty much the whole idea behind any broadcast that I do. Just a place to make friends and talk about fun stuff. This podcast will basically be the relationships that I have with people. um, I'm sort of promoting me. Uplifting general talk is truly a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I want that in my life as much as possible, and I want to make that available to other people that want that in their life as much as possible. Um, yeah, uplifting, sure. I certainly would hope so. Uh, Talking about other people's passions, the things that they like, talking about the things that I like. Uh, the main focus of the podcast is a relationship between my friend Ben and I and the things that we enjoy. TV and movies and wrestling and video games and comic books and sci-fi role-playing games. I'm a big fan of tabletop role-playing games, and that's a music, that sort of thing. Talking about my experiences, Ben's experiences, um, the things that we have in common that we enjoy, and opening up to interaction with whoever wants to watch along, any questions people that ask, any like this, it's the conversation is the thing, conversation is the content. So like meeting people like you that we've never met before, that have questions or that have comments, um, want to talk about what they want to talk about, leaving it open for all that. So like I that's in it seems like such a small thing, like just a place for people to hang out and talk and be together. But it's so important. It's not a small thing to appreciate one another and to support one another. Mental health is a big thing as well. I've suffered from anxiety and depression. It's something that I cope with on a daily basis. Loss, grief. My girlfriend passed away from stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, so that's still something that I'm dealing with in my life and probably will for as long as I'm alive. Dealing with the loss of such a beautiful person, and um, but to using my energy in a positive way. If I'm going to talk, if I'm going to think, if I'm going to feel, if I'm going to do, to put that energy towards something positive. If you're going to say something good that may at least cheer somebody up, put a smile on somebody's face. So I called it in the past professional buddy. That was my goal in my life, was to be a professional buddy. Somebody that, maybe for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, whatever, out of your day, if you want to chill out with somebody and talk and say hey and just, kind of be with somebody that um that is there for you for support, that you can not think, just chill and talk about the important unimportant stuff. That's me. That's what I want to do. Professional buddy, exactly. And the professional part of it is, I want to do it on a consistent basis. I certainly want to make that the majority of my week. I work the weekends in order to make money to support myself. I live in my van, so I don't have much in the way of bills. And the job that I have currently, uh, I make enough money so that I can pay all the bills and have a little bit of money in my pocket. What I would love to do is, you know, Monday through Thursday, every day if I could, but Monday through Thursday is to be available for um, to broadcast and connect with people. Like I would love this to be what pays the rent. Not that I pay rent, but to just to use a turn of phrase. If I can make a little bit of money on here through donations and through providing content, having sponsors, and um, it would be fulfilling for me to be able to say that I can do this for a living. Kind of a motivational speaker sort of thing, life coach sort of thing, but like professional buddy, you know. Um, if this could pay the bills, that'd be fantastic. I don't necessarily expect it to happen, but it's something worth pursuing. So, um, and I want to put the work in, you know, providing something with a bit of a production value through the podcast and meeting people. Uh, I want to be an entertainer. I mean, I am an entertainer. I just want to be a more successful entertainer, I guess. Um, I've been on stage. I've been in front of thousands of people. I've been a singer and a songwriter, frontman for a band. Uh, I've broadcast for years on the internet in one form or another, Periscope, and here on the Haps app, and trying to get on Twitch and get on YouTube. Um, Inconsistently, but I do enjoy talking. A raconteur, if you will, that would be nice, and integrate my experiences in my life, um, and the things that I enjoy, and also people, bring other to make friends with folks, to realize the things that they love, and to present that to other people. And like I said, content. So that connection, that interaction is the thing that I want to pursue. And like we said, the raw, as you put it, to do so raw and not super polished and super produced, um, but to put some work in would be nice. I don't necessarily have, like, I'm not I'm never going to be a Hollywood type. I'm never going to be a big network type. I'm just going to be some guy in his van, or uh, I'm just going to be some guy. uh, don't have the body for it. Don't have the resume for it, but I have enough experience that I think I have enough personality. Whether that remains to be seen. Of course, that's not up for me to decide. If you guys think I have the personality, if you guys think I have the charisma, if I seem like somebody that folks would want to hang out with, that would be great. I've certainly put myself on the line for years, broadcasting, and I managed to um, get a couple thousand folks to watch me. So, well, as someone with a tiny bit of experience in this, one of my best tips I can say is have multiple social media accounts: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and push your schedule across all platforms. Yes, agreed. I am on most social media as at 3231. That's the thing. Okay, so if you have some experience, then you'll understand this. I nerd out about that. That's my thing. That's one of the things that I enjoy so much about doing this, is simply the process of having a brand, of the marketing aspect and stuff like that. I'm not so much into the money, but I love geeking out about having a brand, having a logo, having a. I'm not really, so I don't really keep up with like the terminology and stuff like that. Some most of that stuff, if it sticks around, then I'll use the terminology. Like I said, having a brand. I don't mind that word. Content is not a bad word for me. Like those are terms that I kind of nerd out about. 3231 is the name of my brand, of the community that I want to build, the company that I want to form, kind of thing. Um, and 3TWO, 3ONE, across, like, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. You can actually go to 323.1. That will be the place where right now it's going to all of the I think it's the beacon link, so it's got all of my links to all the stuff that I do. um, T-shirts, all the T-shirts, the merch that I want to sell. um, what else? uh, my Patreon page that I plan on getting going. Once we get the content, I will feel comfortable enough to activate that Patreon page. um, that would that'll be one of the next steps. Uh, but yeah, I'm absolutely up, and I try to keep those plates spinning, sort of. At least, uh, if I'm on TikTok as well. That was the other one that I was trying to I was trying to remember. TikTok also. Uh, yeah, I want to get out to those markets, to get on those platforms, and absolutely uh, make myself present to anybody that might be interested, that want to join the conversation, that want to join the community, build a community that way. And then eventually, if I can help it, gravitate all those people on all those platforms to one location. um, I don't know where the end result will be. I don't know where we'll gravitate to. um, Twitch and YouTube seem to be the top two contenders. But if it's possible for me to make something, like I said, Ben and I have discussed the website itself, 323.1, or even ambitious, but it's still possible. If we're able to make a 3231 app, that would be fantastic. Download the app, and then the video and the chat and everything would be incorporated. We can just broadcast to one thing, and people can go to that. That would be great. We have goals. Will I achieve those goals in my lifetime? No idea. But it's fun. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I am all for the pursuit of that. Thank you very much for your input, by the way. Thank you for the tip. So you say you have a tiny bit of experience in that. Like, anything else that you can provide would be great. Another one of the tent pole, the foundation of who I am as a person, is reality is based on perception. So getting different perspectives is always welcome. If anyone has any input, any feedback, I'd love to hear it. That's one of the great things about living that we can do, is to experience and share those experiences with each other, to help everybody improve their life and achieve their goals. Certainly the type of person I want to be. So I'd love to surround myself with people who want to be that as well. That to me seems like the perfect plan. Is it's a great way to live, despite what you may accomplish, and I feel like you could accomplish quite a bit doing that. But regardless of what you gain, or no, regardless of what you achieve, you gain at least that. You gain the experience of other people. That you can apply to your life. Community is a very important thing. One of the what would you call it? In the lexicon of 3231, positivity, creativity, community, truth. Those are ideals. Those are the words that would really be at the top of the list. And I love words. I love the English language. I love, I've never been one for math, but I was always one for art and English were my two favorite subjects, the two things that I connected with the most in school. And like I said, I love words, and I love the power that words have. And, I'm a romantic. I am an idealist. I am somebody that wants to believe in honor and virtue, and, you know, love is a big word as well. Hold those. I hold those very high. So try to spread those, promote those words as much as possible. And I got about an hour before I go to work, so I got the time to do it right now to get on here and talk to folks. So, if anybody's watching this broadcast, thank you very much for tuning in. Feel free to share the broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. Just made a new friend today, joining us right now. Again, if anyone's watching on Facebook, the comments are not coming through to me, so I apologize if I'm not replying to your comments. Once we get things going, and I have more access to a computer, there are ways that I can get to my Facebook buddies, but for some reason it's disabled on the Haps app. I'm thinking they might have turned that off, because there was a point where I would get comments, but they would say from anonymous Facebook user. So maybe there's some difficulty with that. They just disabled it completely. But considering I haven't paid a dime for any of this stuff, for YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or Facebook or any of that, and on the Haps app, considering this is all free, the fact that I'm able to communicate with people at all is appreciated. I'm not gonna get too mad about it. It's a little inconvenient, but that's all right. Okay, the battery's starting to get a little low here, so let me plug in. If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest and why? Which animal would be the rudest and why? If animals could talk, hmm. Well, I would try. Let's see. Thinking logically, if you don't have a lot, most I'd say most animals would be humble. Most animals, considering they they're living in the wild, they're doing their thing. Uh, they pretty much would be cool, but usually rude comes with privilege, and comes with the expectation of getting something. Um, so it'd have to be an animal that that gets pampered, that gets everything that they want. So I want to say house cats would be rude because they just expect everybody to. Uh, Not all cats, but there are some that if they're pampered enough, if they're given everything that they want, and they basically think they rule the world, then they'll just expect people to do what they want and give them what they want. So I mean, I would say house cats, but maybe not, because I've known some really nice cats. Um, Pigeons, because pigeons get fed a lot. Uh, Birds in general. When you're feeding birds, sometimes they can get a little nippy. Um, yeah, like rude though. Hmm. Trying to think of like the meanest, nastiest animals. Raccoons? I don't know. Uh, Possums look kind of nasty. Like they look like they could get ugly. Wolverines, some goats may. Just trying to think of an animal that would have an attitude. I'm sure. I don't know about rude, but I'm sure that there are some animals in the zoo that might have some bad attitudes. Understandably so, being in captivity. But if they don't know the difference, maybe not. I would say a lot of animals in the zoo might need therapy. So maybe not necessarily rude, but certainly have some issues that they need to work out. I don't know. I think humans are probably the rudest animals. I think most animals have their shit together because at least they know what life is about and they know what they need to do to survive. And it's kind of like I would see them being a little more practical. Here's another for you. What do you think is popular now that people will be embarrassed by in 10 years? Most everything on the internet. Although the way that things are going, people may just not, may, they, uh, it could go one way or the other. Like all the TikTok and all the OnlyFans, well, not OnlyFans, because I mean, most of those people are, uh, you know, using what they got to get the attention and make a couple bucks. So can't really blame people that. No, just you see all the funny videos like what Vines used to be, and TikToks now, and people just like getting their, everybody's trying to get their 15 seconds of fame through some embarrassing act. Um, Even getting, it's even leaking into the way people live their lives off the, like, nothing's off the internet. I should say that everything's on the internet. People's political opinions, everybody bitches and complains and they put it on the internet. It's all up there. Like, you would think people would be embarrassed by it, but a lot of folks are just like, no, that's just how I feel. And they feel good about it. They feel justified in saying whatever they want to say on their own social media platforms. um, so I don't know if people would get embarrassed by anything anymore. I'll be turning 50 this year, and in my life, going from, you know I saw America Online become a thing. Went from no internet to BBSs to America Online to all the social media, MySpace and Facebook and all that explode, and people more and more just integrate that into the part of their lives and unabashedly uh, just expose themselves. OnlyFans originally started as a website for musical artists to sell extra content to their fans. Well, that's interesting. I'm like, it's certainly not the way it is now. Um, but no, I would hope that at some point people would realize what they're doing and think maybe I should tone that down a little bit. But that doesn't seem to be the case much anymore. Everyone, more people are starting to just get a little desensitized to the whole thing and be like, well, if be perfectly fine exposing themselves. Make I don't want to say acting like idiots, but let's be honest. Uh, I don't want to say anything negative, but yeah, like showing their ass is the way that they used to say it back in the day. If you're showing your ass, if you're being an idiot, some people are like, yeah, so I did, so what? Like, not embarrassed about it at all, just the way it is. And everyone's attention span is shorter and shorter these days. So it's like you could be forgiven. There are people in political power who are doing the same thing, and like they don't like if our own former president can say some of the ridiculous things that they say and put it on the internet to be seen by everybody, immortalized on the internet, and not and unapologetically, then it's just there's no hope. Hey, make money with your ass. Yeah, I have no problem whatsoever about people doing that. Literally showing your ass for the. I'm not. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about making a fool of yourself. The people that say whatever they think of with no filter, and I'm talking more along the lines of people who have some very unpopular opinions and say some rather ridiculous things that a normal person would take a moment and think about before they speak. In a place where people can be easily offended, to say certain things, like to have no consideration for other people and no consideration for things they might say that might be offensive to other people. That kind of showing your ass, not literally showing your ass. There are some people with some very nice asses that show them off. That it's perfectly fine for me. The key term is there is make keep. The key term there, though, is keeping the money you make. You can be socially famous, but if you're spending every penny you get from it, then guess who's going to be broke as soon as their fame fades? Wisdom, there's no substitute for consideration and wisdom with what you're doing. Um, make good choices. If people are going to put their energy out there, if people are going to do work, to take advantage of opportunities, do so with a little forethought, in consideration for other people. Everything that I do, I try to put consideration for other people into, um, almost to a fault. I the if it's work smarter, not harder, kind of a thing. But yeah, if you're going to do anything and gain attention, and maybe even gain monetarily by your actions, do so with forethought, do so with a plan, have an idea, um, if for no other reason than karma, which I kind of believe in. I mean, it sounds good. But there are silly people that just do and not consider the consequences. But I don't think, yeah, I don't know a lot of people that would be embarrassed by anything they do anymore. For the most part, it just seems less and less people care about that. I think they're more placing the bets on, or even if they think about anything at all about it. Um, I think the mentality is whatever I do right now may seem uh, risky, but folks will probably forget about it. Something else will happen, and gets in and takes somebody's attention. So screw the consequences, kind of thing, which is a shame. Here I am going through my life, and I still, I still consider the consequences of all my actions. Maybe too much. Maybe, like I said, to a fault, probably. And money is not my priority as much as legacy. You know, um, who knows how much life I have left on this earth? Maybe I got a good 25 years left in my life, and I'll another 25 years after I'm gone, I'll probably be forgotten. But it's what I do right now with the life that I have, the seeds that I can plant, that maybe at some point, if I'm spreading seeds, if I'm planting seeds every day, I'm holding myself accountable, holding myself to my virtues, spreading positivity, and spreading my ideas and my thoughts. If I can influence anybody into being positive, into loving people, supporting your fellow human beings, if any of the things that I say can influence anybody to be better to themselves and to others when I'm gone, and they can, and better yet, not only be that way but spread that to others as well. If I could start a process, if I can contribute to a process where people can be better to other people, uh, that's what I focus on more than the cash that I make. The cash that I make is just going to help me for now. Like I said, pay my bills, have a little bit extra money in my pocket. I don't need to make millions. I just need to take care of myself while I'm around. But there's inevitably going to come a point where I'm not going to be around, and whatever I leave behind, that's what's important to me. So I face that. My brain considers that every day now that I'm older. In fact, the other day I was thinking about it, and I'm like, the first 25 years of my life was learn shit. The second 25 years of my life was do shit. Now I'm coming up on the third 25 years of my life, the third quarter century, which is teach shit. So that's where I'm at. I hope I accomplish it too. And my phone is charging so slow because Haps is taking all that battery. I don't want to overload my phone too. I may get off of here because I just realized my phone might heat up a little bit if I'm running Haps and trying to charge my phone. I may be cooking my phone a little bit. So I'll go ahead and end the broadcast right there. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you very much from first to last. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for jumping on board. I appreciate it. Follow me if you haven't followed me yet. And again, if anyone is watching this broadcast and I haven't talked to you, please be a member of the community. What's going on, Ethan? Ian, rather. How you doing, man? Ethan. Where did I get Ethan from? What's up, Ian? Good morning. Just about the end of the broadcast. I'm sorry, brother. Um, enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll try to jump on afterwards, or we'll talk tomorrow. Um, and yeah, follow me if you haven't followed me yet. Please share the broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. Sorry about that. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.